Well, today I would like to thank the Delta Karen for giving us a lesson on what not to do, because you can get into a lot of legal trouble really quick. So let's take a look. On on Thursday, December 23rd, this is what happened. Okay, so there's clearly be harsh words being used on both sides. She seems to be actually physically challenging him to a fight or something. She says, "Stand your ass up." All right. So okay, so well, this is where the Karen label's coming from, I guess. He's saying, "Sit down, Karen." We see a female flight attendant trying to get this lady to put her mask on. Oh, this is such a circus. We have a male attendant trying to de-escalate the guy. He's just going, "Sir, sir, sir." Um, all right, let's go. Okay, so both flight attendants are telling her to mask up. Now she's getting super incensed at that and pointing to the guy and getting him to mask up, and he's not having any of it. So the relevant point is that he is holding a drink. So presumably he has his mask off to drink his water. Now, who knows, right? Who knows how maybe he was using that as an excuse to have his mask off for a prolonged period of time. I don't know. I, I don't know. I don't care. Uh, let's continue. Oh, okay. So, yeah, let me back up for a sec. So that was definitely a left straight to his face. Oh, right there. Well, it's kind of a sloppy straight. You could almost call it almost a hook. I don't know, but either way, she does punch him in the face. Not that hard, but hard enough to snap his head back a little bit. The man saying that assault, that she's going to jail. Maybe we'll see. You know, it depends on how eager the prosecutor happens to be. Now she has her right hand cocked, ready for another strike, being held back. It almost seems like, oh, just kind of like hold me back kind of move, right? But you don't know. Uh, None of us know just by looking at it. The flight attendant is clearly holding her arm, not that securely. I mean, it's just, well, maybe. But anyway, a threat of a strike alone is simple assault in itself. You don't actually need to make contact for it to be assault. So far we have an assault. It could be an aggravated assault because under Georgia law, because if you strike anybody that's 65 or older, that automatically becomes aggravated. Um, I don't know the age of this man. It looks very likely that, he is 65 or older, but you never know if some people look older than they are. But chances are not looking very good for this. Um, Now, I don't want to call her by her name. I'll just call her Karen. Things are not looking very good for Karen. So far we have aggravated assault with the left straight to his face, And we have a simple assault with this threat of another strike. We'll see what happens more. Oh, there was a spit in the face. So I'm not familiar enough with what's Georgia case law or anything. Where I'm at, spitting in somebody else's face is considered battery. But it could be. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there was a face scratch. I don't know if that was pretty quick. I don't know if you saw that. That's gonna leave a mark. That would be super easy to prove. Uh, Basically dug all her fingernails in. Let's just back up a little bit. You'll see it. There it is. And keep in mind that she has she kind of has a death grip on his forearm, digging her fingers in. That's gonna leave a bruise too. Um, yeah, that is also going to be assault. Now, maybe that's not a big harsh thing, but as soon as you do that, and he's 65 or older, that becomes aggravated assault automatically, right? So she's just getting herself into a world of trouble here. Yeah, she's still hanging onto his arm and not letting go. That's a pretty tight grip. That's definitely gonna leave a bruise. All right, so she just swung her arm down again. I think she was just, grabbing onto the back of his chair, but from his point of view, and maybe in our point of view, that could be also, it could have been an unsuccessful strike of some kind. All right, looks like flight attendant is enlisting the help of some other passengers and trying to get a physical control of her. I'm not sure. Maybe that's another flight attendant. I don't know. But if he is, he's just in plain clothes or whatever. Maybe he's not working at the moment. But either way, he's kind of guiding her back. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that, but yeah. So whoever took the video was just commenting. She punched him in the face, spat on him, scratched his face, and apparently poured some hot water on her too. So, I mean, that could the hot water thing. That could be something. I mean, that I don't think there's enough there. It really depends on the circumstance, right? We don't know this. We don't know enough details. Did she do it on purpose because somebody else was telling her to calm down and she didn't like it, and she kind of grabbed a thing of. There was a cart or a trolley of hot beverages. So did she grab a pot of hot water and intentionally threw it on someone else? That becomes a world of trouble because um, you can do a lot of damage with hot water. Or maybe she was flailing her arm around and knocked over a thing and spilled some hot water. That could have been it. In which case, it probably wouldn't be reckless conduct or anything like that. But who knows? All right, so we have another video angle, so let's take a look at that one. I think we have it right here. That was right after the punch. There's a spit. So yeah, that hot water carafe is looking mighty precarious. I think that thing's about to go flying. All right, so he has a lot of words for her, but that's not, you can say things. It's not necessarily at the same level that she's taking it, obviously. So, um, oh yeah, so yeah, she had a pretty tight grip on his forearm, and as soon as that slipped, that knocked off the hot water carafe, and that probably spilled some hot water onto this lady sitting right here. Now, those hot water carafes usually has a little push button to stop the flow, but they're not watertight by any means. There's still going to be a little bit of a trickle, and probably not enough to cause any serious burn injuries, but enough to be uncomfortable, probably. So, yeah, there's some screaming going on in the background. Maybe the gentleman's wife or something. I don't know, but it's definitely having an effect on the rest of the passengers. That's going to become relevant to any kind of sentencing if she is convicted. World star. Well, in the first video, we saw that there was a police car or a squad car waiting for her. So most likely she was escorted off the plane. Now, I believe that she's a California resident. I don't know. There's a ton of like public information about her that I was able to find in 10 seconds. I'm not going to really talk about any of that, but at the very least, it's going to be a pretty embarrassing deal for her. And at the worst, it's going to involve some prison time if she does get convicted. And there's very strong evidence. We have a couple of videos capturing a bunch of things here. So, all right. So, let's take a look at. Okay. So, looks like the Atlanta PD picked her up from the plane on the tarmac, and she was taken to the nearby ADP station. Did they mean to say APD station? Probably. Atlanta PD station, and then she was handed off to the FBI. Okay, so okay, that's irrelevant. So Uh, we'll see. Now, what tends to happen is that well, she's being investigated by the FBI. What tends to happen often is at the federal level, they tend to just uh, they tend to be more of a fine heavy thing than criminal prosecutions. So typically like 20, somewhere between 20 to $30,000 fine. Um, Rarely does it get passed off to the DOJ for a criminal prosecution. Now let's take a look. Um, so yeah, according to the ABC News article, as of December this year, um, yeah, I guess there's been a record number of unruly incidents, 5,664 reports, 4,000 of which were mask related. Um, and there seems to be sort of like a zero tolerance approach or a crackdown of some kind, upping the previous $25,000 maximum fine to $37,000 maximum. So, um, yeah, uh, we'll see. Now, From based on another article that I've seen, I don't have it pulled up at the moment, but based on another article I've seen, apparently only 37 of these got referred to the DOJ for investigation for a criminal charge. Um, it seems to be that they're kind of reluctant to pursue that route usually, but we'll see. Um, my cat is just screaming in the background. Now, uh, it might be, maybe it's, this might be relevant or not relevant, but it shouldn't be, but it might because now she is not like an anti-mask Karen. She is a mask Karen, and it kind of aligns with sort of like the goals of the federal government at the moment, and generally the attitude of the DOJ at the moment. So maybe they will just, you know, take the route of finding her and not pursue anything more. Um, or maybe they'll just, you know, just hand things back to the state. I don't know what they're gonna do, but you know, if she was charged and convicted, if she is charged, I kind of, you know, the chance of conviction is fairly high, which means the chance of her taking a deal is probably fairly high. And maybe it's most likely nothing close to 20 years prison time. But she might see a little bit either way. At the best case scenario, she's gonna have a pretty hefty fine. It's gonna be pretty embarrassing. It's gonna have an effect on her personal life. And if crap really hits the fan, then she's gonna end up having some prison time and a record. So that's not good. So whether you're mask or pro mask or anti-mask, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, it's just um, even if you, I mean, if you take it to the level of exchanging words, and even that's not good, but okay. But you do anything like that, you take it to the physical level, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble very quick. So let's just not do that. Let's be a little more civil, and I would like to I would like to thank the Delta Karen for giving us a lesson on what not to do, how to just make our lives a lot easier by not doing what she did. Don't follow her example, kids. Thanks, Delta Karen, for your lesson.